Hello, and thank you for coming to my channel. This is Rick's Garage, and today we're going to be building from iXO Collections Pack 12, stages 56 to 60 of the Willys Jeep. I've put a link in the descriptions and a QR code on screen that will take you right over to iXO Collections if you'd like to get this for yourself. Now in this pack, I believe that along with some electrics that we're going to be installing, we're also going to install the circuit board. So hopefully we'll be able to test some of these electrics. But without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, in stage 56, it looks like we're going to start with the seat cushion in the back. And it looks like the way that this is going to be installed is exactly the same way that we installed the front seats. So with this seat here in this direction, we're going to press this onto the back right here, just like that. And then these screw holes right here, secure that in with 5 EM screws. Okay, there's our seat cushion in. And on the back. Now on mine, here in the corners, here and over here, I was given very little material or cloth to work with to get those screws in through the cloth into the hole where they're supposed to go. So to keep the material from tearing and fraying, I put some glue onto the material right through where the screw was going to go through to stop that from happening. But that's the seat in, or the cushion in, and that's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 57, you guessed it, what we're going to do now is install the rear seat cushion. So let's get these out. And just as we did on the passenger side on the seat cushion, we have these 2 screw lug holes right there. They're going to match up to these holes right here, just like that. And we're going to secure that in with 2 CP screws. And there's the seat cushion in, secured on the underside with 2 CP screws. Okay, next we're going to bring over our body, and I'm going to bring over my part work upgrades mat. And we're going to bring the body over like this. And these 2 lug holes right down here, here and here, we're going to then insert these 2 lug holes right into there, just like that, and secure that in underneath with 2 FM screws. Now the instructions don't tell you to do this, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to take some green insulation tape that I have, and I'm going to secure these wires down here so that they don't show from the sides of the seat. I'm going to put it in just like that, kind of hide them like that, so that when I now put the seat down, I don't see any wires coming out from over here on the side. Okay, that's your rear seat in, and flip the body over, and the 2 FM screws are right there. Getting that rear seat in is a little tricky because you want to make sure that you're not pinching any wires and that the wires don't show here on the sides or in the back. And that's the seat in, and that completes that stage. Okay, in stage 58 we have some details that we're going to need to install into the body. So let's get these out. These are plastic. And we're going to bring our body over and see if they are marked left and right. I don't think they are. But the way these are going to go in is that these are cushions, armrests. They're going to go on both sides of the body here. So I'm going to turn the body around this way. And these 2 lug holes right down here are going to match up to these 2 screw holes right here. And this is going to go in just like that. And we're going to secure that in with 2 DM screws. And there are those 2 armrests in. It would have been nice if they had us put those armrests in before the seats were installed, because it's a little tricky to get those in with the seats already installed, but it is manageable. It just would have been a lot easier. You know, the other thing I wanted to comment too on these armrests, these are supposed to be padded, and these are just plain hard plastic. It would have been nice if they actually added or included the cloth padding on the sides for these armrests. Maybe somebody in the mod community can actually come up with something. But those are the armrests in, and that completes that stage. Okay, in stage 59, we work on the radial plate mount. Let's get these open. And this is plastic, and we have one that's in a protective plastic here, so it doesn't break. Okay, so this is plastic, and this is metal. And with this part here, in this position, with the single screw up here, screw hole up here, and 2 holes down here, you want to take this part here that has a smaller side here, and this side's a lot longer. So you want it in this configuration, put it right down on those 2 screw holes right there, and secure that in with 2 CP screws. And when that's secured, that's exactly how that should look. Okay, next we're going to bring our body over. Okay, so the way this is going to go in is that these 2 lug holes right here, or lugs, are going to go into those 2 lug holes down here. This screw hole is going to line up with that screw hole right there, so this is going to go in just like this. You may have to try to move those supports into the holes, and that's going to secure in just like that. And through here, we're going to secure this with a CP screw, and then on the other side, we're going to secure that in with 2 CM screws. I'm going to hold mine in like that. I'm going to turn the body over. I'm going to put a CP screw right through there. Okay, now once that's secured there, I'm going to then move my posts down here into the screw holes that they need to go, and then put a CM screw, one here, and one right here. And that's our radio mount fully installed. And that completes that stage. Okay, in stage 60, we get to install the circuit board. And we have some more electrics to also attach. And in this stage, I hope to be able to test the electrics to make sure that they work, as well as that the battery compartment has been put together right. Okay, the first thing we want to do is take the circuit board, which looks just like that, and we will bring over our body and turn the body upside down, around like this. Bring it over this way around, and we need to place the circuit board right down into here, just like that, and secure that in with 4 JM screws. Now the way they have it in the instructions, the H right here, is going to be pointing toward this lug hole right there, or screw hole. So we're going to put this in like that. So next you want to take this white and gray connection, and that's labeled 60B, and you want to put it into this port right here, labeled B, right there on the side. Just like that. Okay, now next we want to take cable 60E, which is this one. This is a red and green cable, and we're going to put it into the slot right next to this one. So we're going to put it into this port right here. Just like that. Okay, next we're going to take cable labeled 511, and that's coming from the back here. And this is a red and black cable, and this is going to go into slot D, which is right here. Okay, next we're going to take 51J, which is this cable here. It's black and red, and it's also coming from the back. And we're going to put that into slot E right here. Right here. This is going to go in just like this. Okay, next we're going to take these 3 wires, except for the white one. We're going to leave the white one here on the side for a moment. We're going to bring them back over to here, and then we're going to secure them in over here and put in a wire tidy right there. So this is the wire tidy, and this has a lug on one side, and that's going to go through the hole on this side here, just like that, and then we're going to secure the other side in with an SM screw. And that's how that looks once that's installed. Now I'm moving all of my tab identifications all the way down to the end of the plug here. I'm not keeping them up here by the board because I figure we're going to need to know where these plugs are going, and they're going to be based off of these identification tags. So I'm going to put those down by where the plugs are rather than leave them up by where the board is. Okay, now this cable here, which is labeled 60B, and this is the white and gray, has this type of a connection to it. Now this is the brake pedal, so this is going to operate the brake lights. And the way this is going to go on is right here on this mount, which is right over the brake that we put in earlier. There's a locating lug here, and that's going to go into locating lug or hole right there. And then we're going to secure that in right here with a CP screw. So I'm going to get that in. It's going to look just like that. And that's how that looks when that's installed, but to tell you the truth, I really have no idea how that's going to work, because when you press on the brake, the whole thing kind of moves. So I'm not sure exactly how that is really going to make a contact or not, but that's the brake light. Okay, I sent iXO an email explaining them what the problem is with this assembly, as when you press the brake pedal, the top plate does not make, or the top plate and the bottom plate don't come in contact with each other that would allow the lights to flash. And they replied back, and I'll put a picture up on the screen of what they recommended. And essentially what they are saying is to take the top plate and bend it. And you can see how mine has a bend in it right about there. And that would then cause the top plate to be closer in distance to the bottom plate, so that when the brake is pressed, the 2 plates will come in contact with one another. So that's what I did, and I'm going to take this, lower this down like this. Okay, now I'm going to turn the power on, and I'm going to then press the brake pedal, and the lights should then flash. And they do right there. Okay, so that's the solution to the problem. If your brake assembly is not making contact with the metal plate, you want to bend that top plate enough so that it is closer to the bottom plate, so that when you press the brake pedal, the lights will flash. Now I have to press that brake pedal all the way down in order for the lights to work. But this is not a toy. It's nothing that I'm going to be doing, constantly every single day. But at least I was able to get the brakes to flash when the pedal is pressed. So if you're having a problem with yours, that might be a solution that you want to try. Okay, now this cable here, which they're labeling as 51E, mine does not have a 51E label on it. This one has a 51E label on it, so I'm thinking that these are both 51E. And the way the picture is that this cable here is going to go into this connection right down here. Just like that. So now, we'll zoom out. This is what we should have left. This cable here, which is also labeled 51E, is coming from this connection, and it has these 2 LEDs. And that's what we've got left over. Okay, now next we're going to take this connection here, which is labeled 60E. We're going to wrap it around like that, and then take a wire tidy, put it in through here, to that lug hole and secure that in. Okay, so now we're going to take an SM screw and secure that clamp right there. Okay, next we're going to take this cable here labeled 51E. We're going to thread it through this wire tidy area. We're going to take this, put the lug hole right down here, place it in right there. I'm going to secure that in with an SM screw. Okay, so the only two leads we have now that we haven't done anything with are these two LEDs, which is on this cable here marked 51E. Okay, now next we're going to take this 25D and I'm going to put it into slot F, which is right here. Then we're going to take 60D, which is this right here. I'm going to put that into slot G, is right there. We're going to make sure that they're seated in all the way. Okay, now I put some batteries in there, and this is the off position right here. That's off. And these lights should be the brake lights. So I'm going to turn this on. And right back here, that we just installed this brake light connection, if I press that metal bar down, these lights should flash. And there they are. So this confirms that A, I've got the battery compartment configured properly, and we are able to test at least one of the LEDs. So this is working just fine. I love it when a plan comes together. Now if I turn the body over like this, very gently, so I don't want to pinch any of the wires. Let's see if we can get some other lights to work here. So I'm able, if I press this button here, these lights turn on, as well as the dashboard lights. So that works just fine. A little bit of light bleed coming here at the top. I don't know if there's anything I can do to prevent that. I might be able to take some green paint and do a little bit of light blocking, because the light should be shining down onto the dash. But we'll see how that goes later on. But at least we're able to get these lights working, and we're able to get the brake lights to work as well. And then press the brake light. I don't know if the camera can see that or not, but they do flash. Okay, so I've turned off the studio lights so we can see these LEDs a little bit better. And I'm going to bring these lights up here and see what we got. So if I press this switch right here, we have the dashboard lights that are on, and we have the front lights, which I believe is what these are, and we then have the brake lights working. Now if I press the brake pedal switch right here, the brake lights should actually flash, and they do. Hopefully the camera can pick that up. Now if I press the brake pedal, actually I don't see that actually working when I press the brake pedal. Hopefully there's going to be something that's going to stop this from moving, because right back here when I press the brake pedal, I don't know if you can see this or not, right here is the brake pedal configuration right there. Bring up an LED so you can see. And you can see how that whole assembly is moving. Hopefully when we get this installed completely, there's going to be something underneath here that's going to cause that not to move. And when that happens, I'll bring this up here a little bit. If I put my finger underneath that to support it, and then press on the brake pedal, you can see the brakes lights are flashing. So hopefully there's going to be something underneath here that's going to support that. Otherwise, I'm not confident that the brakes are going to work. But we'll see as the build goes on. And that completes this stage and also completes this pack. Okay, so that completes this pack. The only thing that is bothering me right now is I'm not too pleased with how the light bleed is on the dashboard, and I'm not convinced that the brake lights are going to work once this whole thing is put together. But we'll see how that works out at the very end. Otherwise, I put a link in the descriptions and a QR code on screen that will take you right over to iXO Collections if you'd like to get this for yourself. I really hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, as this does help the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, please remember to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon, as that not only helps the channel, but will notify you of new builds that are coming out. Other than that, always have fun in your garage, your workshop, or wherever it is you build your models. Until next time, thanks for watching.